Alex. I'm waiting for. Okay, there we go. There we go. It's receiving the stream. Everybody, come on and shimmy on in the room.
Listen, get ready, get ready. Let me turn my thing down.
Shimmy on in the room, a Monday shimmy. We gonna hit 'em with a Monday shimmy, a Monday shimmy, a Monday shimmy.
Get it, Alex. Shimmy on down the road.
Shit. I dropped my tablet, shimmy.
Oh, Lord. I thought I ate it.
Everybody shimmying on in. Lord, unsupported Resolulu. A Monday shimmy. The evening shimmy. Pizza on the bed shimmy. Gave him chicken shimmy. Want leftovers shimmy. Actually, I think I'm gonna have a tuna melt and some potato skins tonight.
Let me go ahead and put my like on here.
Oh yes, everybody, please thumbs up the video, rate, comment, and subscribe. A not pregnant shimmy. All right. A not pregnant shimmy. A pre-Thanksgiving shimmy. I'm ordering out shimmy. Yeah, I'm having my friend over and we gonna order out for Thanksgiving dinner. I gotta actually message him and see if we gonna get French food or Peruvian food, because he was talking about going to P.O.P.O. I think I've been to P.O.P.O. I can't remember. But let's go on and get started with the topics. Now, Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore. She seemingly every Sunday night around 7:58 p.m. will put up some post on Instagram to try to steal the shine from the heifers of Real Housewives. And the sad thing is, I think she might be winning, and it might be working. Because quiet as it's kept, ain't nobody watching that sorry, shitty show. I can't wait for the ratings to come out tomorrow. What do you think about that? Do you think that Kenya is just enjoying her life and her new baby and just happens to post something trying to one-up the show at 7:58 p.m.? Or do you think that she's being petty?
I think that she's probably being petty. But the most important point that we should take away from this is the fact that you said that she's winning.
Oh, yeah.
She's winning. Now, let me ask you a question about it. Do you respect it, what Kenya is doing, or do you reject it? Do you respect it, or do you reject it?
Oh, I like that. Respect it or reject it. You know what? I respect it because Kenya isn't downing the show. She's not telling you not to watch or not to tune in. She's on her own platform giving you the story Bravo failed to. And clearly it was a story that would have been more interesting than Greg singing I Will Survive. I mean, I'm happy he survived, but I was like, you're really trying to bring down the whole fucking house.
Right. So let me ask you a question. Do you think, that's my arm, do you think that they will bring Kenya back, or do you think everybody is too petty in this situation and they'd rather be without her, even if the ratings tank?
No, they're going to bring Kenya back. It's all about money. It is all about the COIN coin. I firmly believe Phaedra might even be coming back. Now, Phaedra maybe not, because you can't have somebody on TV telling those kind of lies. That was too much. Right. And it's like, if you just gonna get on here and lie, then you need to become an actress and go on a scripted show and get paid for your lies. Paid better than you getting paid on Housewives.
So, but do you think they set Phaedra up?
I think, yes. No. No, because I would say, I'm a grown person. If you tell me, go tell a lie on that person, that's my decision and my choice. That's true. I think that Carlos Queen, I think that tired sissy did put, I think that they sat around and cooked it up. I think that they're two soiled souls and two peas in a pod. I think they are both equally guilty. So no, I feel like Phaedra is a grown woman and a lawyer, but she's been a thief and a scoundrel for years.
It's a shame and a scandal, child. A shame and a scoundrel.
Hey, beautiful soul. Hey, Cameron. Hey, everybody.
They say Phaedra did not lie. They said it was the scheme set up by Todd.
To get Phaedra off the show and keep us with the bullshit.
Right. So what do you think? Okay, you said that you don't think Phaedra is coming back, but you definitely think Kenya is coming back. When Kenya comes back, does she get to be a front runner, or does she have to basically start back over when she comes back?
Oh no, she's gonna be a front runner. She's gonna be a front runner. She'll probably be Center Peach. Mm-hmm. And the truth is, now it's a storyline that's kind of built itself. It's like everybody's waiting for the return of Kenya. Right.
So do you think she will ever? I look at Candy and Nene right at the same tier. Do you think Kenya will ever be above those? Do you think this
the only way Kenya would be life, the only way a Kenya would be able to ascend would be to have success in real life. Like, I heard that her hair care products were at Target. If the shit starts flying off the shelves, she would be able to do more and have more. If she can get her acting career together. Because that's really what pumped Nene up past Candy, is Nene was like, well, look, I'm an actress too. I've got series too. I'm in Hollywood too.
Right. So that put her a little bit above.
Yeah.
Now, somebody in the comments said that Candy is boring. And somebody said Eva is boring.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about it? You think Eva is boring too?
Eva is nothing but boring. Eva and that tired little shade she was trying to throw last night, it was pathetic.
What was she even talking about?
I don't know. Like, she made some comment, and Candy was like, I hope that wasn't dark skin shade. And I was like, honey, I wasn't even interested enough to go back and listen to the comment again. Because she was talking about the group black, and then is she black? I didn't even pay attention, because I don't pay attention when Eva speaks.
It wasn't even juicy enough for you to even go check and be nosy. To mind your business and be nosy.
Exactly. I just minded my business and minded my business.
So what about Candy? I talked a little bit about this on my live earlier. What do we feel about Candy going off on who she thought was Portia, but it was actually a fan page?
I think, thank you, Tashonda. I think that Candy needs to get somebody else to run her social media, because I don't think that was her. I think that's what happens when you have somebody cheat running your social media. Don Juan got 50 hats on. So he was that was a sissy read too. So yeah, so that we ain't even gonna put that on Candy. Don Juan was tweeting and didn't know what he was talking about.
Can you give us a refresher of what the read actually was?
Hold on, let me put this up. Let's see.
Candy is molded and tired. She's clearly pressed. That was Don Juan. Candy's time is up. Boring. Unless Eva talks about Kevin McCall on his Tyrese rampage, I don't need to hear from
Candy said, "You're so mad, Portia Williams. Don't check me. Check your man. And the fake page had said, as much as you run your mouth about me, Candy, you should be running on a treadmill. I know I taste good.
So basically, even you say that was Don Juan, but do you think that was something that they were holding in, waiting on Portia to say something?
Oh, absolutely. I know the second Candy found out that was Portia's plot line, she was ecstatic.
Right.
Candy is pretending to be cool with Portia, because Candy can't let shit go. Candy pretending to be cool with Escape, because Candy ain't letting shit go. Candy got tagged on social media for being a bitter biffa. And she was like, you know what, I'll make more money with honey than with vinegar. So I'm going to go on and act like I'm okay with these heifers for a coin. For a COIN coin.
Hey, Ebony. Candy was definitely waiting to attack Portia. I agree. If you are a personality on a TV show, and it seems as if you would have taken the time to research and see if that was the real person before you just went off on them.
That tweet don't even have a check mark. That Twitter account, rather, doesn't have the blue verified check mark.
Right.
Thank you, Ginger.
That was just ready. They was holding one in the holster for her.
Oh, absolutely. It's Candy can't let go Burris. It's Candy can't let go of shit Burris. She's like Les Moonves. She'll have a vendetta against you forever. Les Moonves was the CBS CEO that really stopped Janet Jackson's career. Because he was the president of CBS at the time when, we had Tittygate.
Who?
Huh?
I was saying, who was married to that person?
Julie Chan's husband.
Okay.
Now,
so do you want to switch gears?
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of Candy Burris, we have some tea from the Jasmine brand. And Candy Burris blames Marlo for the TV show being pulled. Let me read.
Yes, read.
Back in May, the JasmineBrand.com exclusively reported that Candy Burris was executive producing a new reality show called Hotlanta, which was to star a talent and an ensemble cast including Marlo Hampton and Funky Dineva. The show never came to fruition, and we broke the story later that it had officially gotten canned. In an interview on Jenny McCarthy's Sirius XM radio show, Candy discussed what happened to the show and why it ended up on the cutting room floor. She explained, "We actually did have a show that I was producing, and the show ended up being dropped right when we were about to get started filming. I don't want to put the blame on anyone, but basically the talent was being a little difficult. They weren't getting things done by the deadline. Basically, the network got fed up and moved on. It really sucked because this is something we had worked on for a couple of years. I had not even told anybody. It was in development for a while, so to be able to keep it a secret for so long, and they finally greenlight it, I'm super excited because they're getting ready to drop the press release. And the funny thing is, people really didn't know Marlo and I to be great friends or anything like that. And it's not like we were great friends. It's just the fact that I thought she was cool, and it was during the 1 or 2 years after her and Nene fell out. She wasn't really on Housewives at that time, so she came to Todd and I and was like, I really want to do TV again. So at that point, we started trying to develop something. We pitched it to a couple of networks. Somebody was interested, so we went ahead and developed it."
So
Funky Dineva, who was set to appear on the show, also had a few things to say, blaming Marlo for everything falling apart. "She fucked up our show that we had on WeTV, so now she got to be over there with Housewives in Kenya. There ain't too many people to fuck with her. She had to make sure she had people she could film with other than Nene and Cynthia, because Nene drop her and pick her up like a hot potato, and Cynthia go either way depending on the weather and what time it is."
Oh, Lord. Not a little shade, but a
lot.
So let me ask you a question. Before you get into it, let me ask you a question. If you don't officially have a peach on a show, but you know you want a peach. So then you start to work and get your own show. Are you gracious while you're on the show, or do you come in basically giving demands from the first time you walk through the door?
I think that this is very interesting. This whole conundrum, this whole pickle is interesting because I think that Marlo has to keep up the diva antics, and without her fashion, she's nothing. So yeah, she's got to ask for a lot of money, but I'm trying to remember. I remember something when this story came out, and then the show was quashed, and I thought that it was all about Bravo, and now that doesn't seem to be true. I thought it was about Kim. I thought that this was Candy being like, look, I'll leave the show if you don't get rid of Kim. But apparently not. I'm sad because I would have liked to have seen this show, and I think it would have been interesting to see Marlo in a main character role rather than, always off to the side, always Nene's lady in waiting. And that's really what she is. I mean, when you fixing a heifer's hair during a fight, you are a lady in waiting. You're the staff. An employee, boo. You're an employee.
What this have done, I think she should have been humble, but still diva-ish. You know what I'm saying? Still humble, but still diva-ish. And then when she got her second season, that's when you come in twirling with a crown and the scepter and a tutu on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You can't just bust up in there and act like you're running things from the beginning. Even if it is your show, you just can't come in running, acting like you're running.
You can't.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I was just making sure. She said they can't hear me.
Okay. Let me see if I can get you on the I've been trying to get you on the damn speaker. Let's see. Okay, talk now. Wait, say it again? Damn, it won't. I don't know why this thing won't connect to my Bluetooth. That's why I've got it like right next to the phone.
Some people say they can hear me, and then some people say they can.
Let me try to put.
I don't know.
Let me try to put this thing in here. Lord.
Somebody said they need to learn how to hustle a Ted Turner. Child, let me clutch my pearls and get them myself.
Oh yeah, Juice, you're a little low. Can you talk it up?
I did. I turned me all the way up.
Okay, you can hear us now? Because I was looking at the comments and people were saying they could hear. Sorry about that, y'all.
Okay, they said they can hear now.
Okay. YouTube won't let you just have a conference, so it's always going to be a little difficult.
Right.
A Queen's Court Monique moment.
They said they love my accent. Thank y'all. I can hear both of y'all loud and clear. Okay, so back to what we were talking about with Marlo. Like I was saying before, I think you should be humble.
Oh wait, now you just.
But still be kind of devious when you first come.
Okay, now you're cutting out.
Okay, I don't know what to do now.
Sorry about that. It's
okay.
It's better now, so let's plow through. Maybe we need to move on to another topic. Maybe that's what it is.
It was holding us back, Alex.
The topic was holding us back. It was, well, I mean, we're talking about a boring show. The signal got bored. The signal was like, I don't want to hear about Housewives of Atlanta anymore. So let's talk about Nicki Minaj got booked by a fake promoter.
Right.
Nicki was almost scammed. The 35-year-old rapper. 35? Really? Okay. If she wants to be 35, I'm going to let her be that.
She might be 35.
She might be. I might be 25. But I'm not. But you know, if I want to be that, I'll be that. She was booked by a fake promoter in Shanghai, China. Apparently, the promoter pretended to be from the Indonesia-founded Jakarta Warehouse Project Music Festival, but it ended up being a scam. Aren't you a little, like, late in the game to be getting scammed by promoters?
Alex, I said that on my live, and some people almost ripped my head off. I was saying, you have been in the game for 10 years. Your team should know better at this point. You paid the people good money to be able to, that they're reputation for. Why did y'all not check all of this out before y'all flew all the way to China?
They went to China?
She went to China. They had a stage. They had an actual, like, backdrop. They had everything. She rehearsed everything. But one thing I can say, Alex, that she did, after all of that embarrassing, that whole situation, she still stood in the airport and talked to all of her fans and hugged them and did videos with them and took pictures with them. So now that I can respect. Because she did. Go ahead.
I was going to say I can respect that too, because it really is about the fans.
That's what I was about to ask you. Do you respect what she did after everything happened? Do you respect it or do you reject it?
I respect it. I respect it. But somebody in the comments just said she's desperate for bookings, in their opinion. And low-key, you might be right. I think that if you're in such a rush to get the next bag that you're not, doing your due diligence and your team isn't doing their due diligence, that means people are trying to get paid.
But Alice, think about how much money she just cost herself. Because they were saying that she's supposed to refund the 1,000 people that came to her concert. She's supposed to refund their tickets. She paid for the plane. She paid for all of her people to come there, the hotels, everything. Her wardrobe, her dancers, her hair, all of that. So how much do you think she came out of pocket just for this to be a scam? Like, how much do you think she came out of pocket?
Maybe $300,000-$400,000.
Really?
Well, I mean, think about it. You're like, it's not just regular people going to China. This is Nicki Minaj and her team. A private plane, the private plane alone is going to be $75,000.
Oh, you are right. And then, like I said, they didn't have just a regular, like, black stage. They had an actual setup. They really had an actual setup.
Yeah, and that stuff is expensive, and then all of the workers and all the other people you have to pay. Glam, stylist, producers. Like, yeah, that was a lot of money. And somebody said she's trying to keep up with Cardi, and I could see that too. She can sue, but an international lawsuit is going to cost you even more money. Because then you're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars for lawyers trying to get the money back from a scammer who may not have it. They done probably spent that money up. You can't get blood out of turnip.
Right. Somebody said Nicki needs to take a mini break. Do you think so, Alex?
Oh, God, yes. She needs... Right now? Well, the thing is, it's sad she can't really take a break because she came out with this shitty album, and now she's got to try to tour and promote. She needs to do like a Katy Perry. Katy Perry came out with that album, wasn't nobody buying it, wasn't nobody fucking with it. She tried to do that tour, didn't nobody buy a ticket, so she just sat her ass down.
That's another thing, too, Alex. I forgot to tell you about this. Queen is not platinum anymore.
Oh, I heard about that. They took all of that Fifi feature off of it.
Mm-hmm. Now, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about her coming out with Queen as a regular album at first, and then adding Fifi to the song to the album? Now, some of y'all that don't know, Fifi is the song that she did with Tekashi 6ix9ine, and it was doing really good and doing a lot of numbers. She did album first, and then she added the song Fifi to her album to boost sales. So, Alice, how do you feel about? First, let's talk about how you feel about her adding it to her album to boost sales.
No, I don't think that you should be able to do that. That's like coming out. That's like coming out with a hit. I mean, that's like coming out with an album and then 2 years later, oh, I'm gonna put this hit on this album so people will buy. No, you can't do that. Once you put it out, it's gonna do what it's gonna do. You can't rewrite history and add shit. Even though now technically you can, I don't think that should be able to affect sales. It comes out and it did what it did. You can't say, oh, okay, well, let me put a couple more tracks on it since it was a shitty work.
Okay, so then let's go back to this. We just talked about this. Why did nobody on your team say you can't do that? This is not a good deal. This is not a good look. You should not add this to your album because it makes you look a certain type of way.
Because Nicki surrounds herself with yes men and sycophants. She surrounds herself with people who will never disagree with her. So she's not going to get good advice.
Somebody said, it's hypocritical she dogged Travis Scott for having Kylie promote his album. So you're saying she's been a hypocrite because she was getting on Travis, but she turned around and did something very similar?
Yeah, that is hypocritical. Sounds hypocritical to me.
Well, they took away Miss Pizarro. Miss Pizarro is one of my people from my page, my channel, and she stays on me about Nicki. But how do y'all feel in the chat? How does the chat feel about them taking her platinum status away for Queen and taking it back down to gold? How do y'all feel about that?
Yeah, how does the chat feel? I want to know your thoughts. Do you think that it was deserved, or do you think that she should keep her platinum status since the albums were sold?
Right. I see you, KJ Mills. Y'all excuse me, I have a little cold. It was hers. Yes, Nicki is my girl. Yeah, I know Miss Pizarro. You'll never let... You say you don't care Cardi won. You say I don't give a L. Justice for glitter. Queen should be copper, not even gold.
Yeah, that was a real Home Depot ass album.
What did you say, Alex?
It was a Home Depot ass album. It needed work. There were some raw materials there, but you need to put that shit together.
Oh my
That album was a toilet with no plumbing.
Well, let me ask y'all a question. Alex, did you hear you know about Tekashi 6ix9ine being arrested, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so before he was arrested, y'all know he has a girlfriend / baby mama. Before he was arrested, he started hanging out with the same girls that Cardi allegedly had beat up because of Offset. So he was being pickified by hanging around with the two, you know what I'm saying? You know those two girls that Nicki Minaj was talking about on Queen Radio?
Yes.
He started hanging out with them. Now, do you think that he was trying to be petty towards Cardi because of him and Nicki are cool? Or do you think he was trying to be petty towards Cardi because of they're both New York rappers?
Oh, no, it was all about Nicki Minaj. It was all about Nicki Minaj. She tries to get people to do whatever Nicki tries to get people to do whatever she can to get under Cardi's skin. Thank you, Miss Dills. Somebody called him a horny fool. He's a fool. He always in jail.
I was just about to read that. Somebody says, nah, he just corny. That he's petty. Hell, he hangs out with Petty Cent. He does. Y'all know 50 Cent calls him his son, right?
Oh, so they're bumping Bus. I'm sorry. 50 Cent gives me Sissy T's, Sissy Reeds. Him and Floyd Mayweather had shit going on. I think him and Eminem used to bump back in the day. I believe.
Really?
I believe.
You believe?
I believe. Allegedly. Allegedly.
Allegedly. That's why she ran to Shanghai and got scammed. 69 is Leary on his own. 50 is tasting that rainbow, child. Listen.
I believe
Baby
it.
child, baby child.
Exactly. 50 is a blouse. A blouse. A blouse with a pussy bow.
Now, Alice, refresh me on what a blouse is. Refresh me.
A blouse, it's a blouse is a top that is worn by women or feminine men. It's a feminine top. A blouse.
Right.
It's light and airy. Shows off the cleavage. Maybe a little décolletage.
Oh my goodness. I'm listening to you and reading the chat. Your people are just as crazy as my people, I swear.
Oh God, not breed it wrong. Angela is savage. Exactly, airy, honey. It's a light, airy top. You know, something that catches the breeze when you walks in. Something that floats with you.
Vera say, and loose as a goose. I don't think I heard that in a while. Cardi B Fashion Nova line got trashed. What do you think about that, Alex? Because the stuff that I saw, this is one thing that I like about Cardi. She's ratchet in real life, but when she goes out to awards and events, she is very old Hollywood, very very classy, as in far as the clothes. But that wasn't mirrored in her Fashion Nova line. So how do you feel about it? I'm not saying it's bad.
Well, you can't you can't compare ready-to-wear garments to haute couture, that's fitting you specifically. You can't do that. It's never going to be the same. Cardi can't like that beautiful purple dress she had on at the whatever award show. She can't make that and make it cheap. It looks expensive because it is.
So you saying I can't compare my Walmart shirts to people who go shopping at Saks Fifth Avenue? Is that what you telling me?
It's a different level of quality and materials. You're talking about hand stitching and hand beading, hand embroidery to mass market produced stuff that was made in a factory somewhere overseas. It's gonna be different. It's like comparing a suit to play clothes. The suit is going to have different material. A good dress, different material, different seams, different everything. Play clothes are just that, play clothes. Like my little shit I run around from Old Navy in. But if I was going to go somewhere, I'm going to get a Dolce & Gabbana suit. Well, I'm a rent one.
They say, explain it, Alexander. Explain it.
So yeah, exactly. Fashion Nova is cheap. People can't, maybe if she was doing a line with Banana Republic or something, people might expect more because that's more middle of the road, a little higher tier in quality and production. But if it's just Fashion Nova stuff, it's gonna be, a little $70 dress you might wear 2 or 3 times, but it's nothing that oh yes, this is an investment piece. This is an A-line skirt I'll have for the next couple years, and whenever I have a business meeting, I'll pull it out. It ain't that.
It ain't that.
It ain't that.
Alice, let me ask you this. Now, speaking of 6ix9ine, Tekashi 6ix9ine, the guy with the rainbow-colored hair, what do you think about him being taken in by the feds for, what was it for, racketeering?
I don't even know. I don't deal with him. He got that whole child shit, so we gonna change the subject on him. I don't even feel comfortable talking about him too much on the channel. He got too much shit with him.
Yeah, a lot of people don't mess with him because of that. Well, child, let's change the subject now. Let's go ahead and change the subject. Now, what else was it that I had in my mind that I wanted to talk about? Well, did you see about, what's the guy that was married to Mary J. Blige?
Kendu.
Kendu. Did you see his daughter basically blasting him about he was never in her life, but he's always chasing money and chasing women.
No, I didn't. Brianna, the one from Love Growing Up Hip Hop Regular.
Brianna, I think that was it. I scammed over what she said, but basically she said that he's out chasing Toonsa Cat and chasing money. Now, can you believe that this is the same guy that Mary J. Blige fell for? This is the same guy that had Mary J. Blige pull back from the public and tell Mary J. that she was ugly. Can you think and imagine that this is the same guy that told Mary J. that her fans didn't want to see her anymore? Can you believe this? That this is the same guy?
Yes, he's a terrible person.
Listen, I get mad every time I think about. Have y'all seen? Listen, chat. Have y'all seen that interview where Mary J. Blige tells about the fact that Kendu basically told her she was trash and nobody liked her anymore?
I mean, Kendu is an emotionally abusive and manipulative piece of shit, and sadly, he was able to take advantage of Mary J. Blige's self-esteem issues.
And I hate that
it's
so
a
bad.
shock to me. It's such a shock to me that he was able to do that, because when we think of Mary, we think of strong black woman.
Right.
We like,
Exactly.
and it's like and the thing is, it wasn't like she was new to the industry or anything. She had been Mary J. Blige when she was with him. She was famous when she was with him. You had been, celebrated as a beauty for years.
That's why I didn't
So
get it.
I understand that people go through these things and we don't always know what's going on the inside, but I gotta say, I was surprised.
I was very surprised. Now, you're thinking about when I was a younger girl and, 12, 13, 14, 15, Mary J. was it, on it. Mary J. was the it girl back in those days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. I remember when Real Love came on the pink radio that was on top of the refrigerator. This is back when you had with the long antenna and you stick that joker out the window to make sure your signal was good.
And have to walk around the room to try to get the best reception.
Yes. Yeah, and I remember being, God, like I was under 10 and I was dancing to Mary J. Blige.
Right. It makes me think about, that song Mary J. Blige had with Method Man. You're all I need.
Wait, no. Copyright. No, let's not say nothing.
I don't want to get your page
shut down. Girl. We ain't gonna host no prohibited derivatives. I'll tell you, there are so many musicals that I want to review, and I'm like, I know I'm gonna start singing, and I'm gonna see that little thing. Your live streaming has been prohibited.
YouTube, I was just playing. That wasn't that was me.
Black China is promoting a skin lightening cream.
Listen, you changed that subject lightning quick.
No, I just saw that in the comments. Somebody said,
Alice, that was the best transition I ever seen. Let's get the hell off of this. All right, moving on. Oh, Lord. Okay, Black China.
Somebody said she was selling skin lightening cream. Now, we all have had, because I know I've had dark spots on my knuckles. Some people have dark spots on their faces. So it could just be something where it's like evening the tone. I don't
Right.
have now we ain't gonna talk about the whole lightening the whole body. We're talking about
Right.
you've got dark spots on your knuckles, a dark spot on your cheek, a dark spot somewhere else. It happens to people. I used a fruit acid for my knuckles and it worked wonders. And it actually like cuz I had because I used to drive when I didn't live in the city. And so when you drive, your knuckles will get like that suntan and they were
Right.
starting to get a little leathery. And so my friend gave me this tiny little jar of fruit acid. And I would put that on my knuckles every day. And I used it for like a month. And now the skin, it's years later, the skin is still soft and supple and what it's supposed to be. So it could be something like that, something innocuous. Yeah, hyperpigmentation.
Something like that I don't have a problem with.
Huh?
I say something like that I don't have a problem with. Y'all know we get rusty over time. Y'all know how that is.
Yeah, I got a spot on my ankle where that bone is that I actually need to get some more of that fruit acid for because that's getting a little rusty.
But I tell y'all what, if y'all got some rusty spots, just do like how we do down here in the country. If you got some rusty spots, just take a little lid of Clorox and put it in your bathwater.
Clorox? On the body? The human body?
The human body. That'll take those rusty spots right on out. You ain't got to worry about it. Y'all ain't got to go spend no $60 for no bar soap, no special bar soap or jar cream or whatever. Just put a little tad bit of Clorox in your water.
No, I'm going to leave. I'm going to go on and spend my little money. I'm not going to put Clorox on the body. Thank you, Insatiable. Thank you very much. Well, exactly. Nailbug said, lady parts on fire.
Somebody said, Juice, that's North Carolina ish right there.
Oh,
he said, I don't know what part of South Carolina Juice is in, but we don't do that in the country. Now, y'all know y'all done heard about that. Don't even try that now.
No, I haven't. I have not. I've never heard about using Clorox on the body. Not the body. Maybe the floors, rinse your whites out, tie-dye. Never for the skin.
So Bow Wow says...
Oh, God. We cutting up tonight.
So Bow Wow tells Erica Mena, don't start with me because I have a tape of you, and y'all know what kind of tape. I have a tape of you, and I will release it. How do you feel about that? Do you respect it or do you reject it? Now, keep in mind, she started with him first, but he's still corny. So, do you respect what he said or do you reject it?
I'll sing the Ain't a song at the end of the show. Remind me to do that on the way out. No, I just saw that in the comments. I reject that because I don't do revenge porn. That's not right. That's not right. That's not something to make light of. I wouldn't want anybody doing that to me. If there ain't nothing wrong with getting out here and reading and, telling your truth, that's fine. Mm-hmm. But revenge porn, no. And the thing is, Bow Wow, are you in the video and that's why it hasn't been put out because you don't want to show your small stuff, Sir Runt?
Right. But this is what I'm saying now. I'm mad because I told y'all the people that's that know me, that come on my live sometimes. My phone is raggedy and I pretty much catch everything. But I'm trying to record. Erica Mena came on live about 6:30 this morning, and I know because I was getting my little girl up for school. 6:30, 7 o'clock, right in that area. When I tell y'all, Erica was out of her mind. What's another word for HIGH that we could say so we won't get your page shut out?
Okay. She was induced.
She was induced out of her mind, just gone, falling asleep while she's getting her hair done. Now, while she was getting her hair done at 7 o'clock in the morning, I still have absolutely no idea.
Oh, that's because she had something to shoot. That meant that she was on the job.
Oh, yeah.
Now, was it lifted? There we go. Now, was it giving you like a powder tease? Was it giving you a pills tease? Was it giving you like a lean tease?
It was she was falling asleep, but when she woke up, she was still on 10. So I honestly don't know what the heck that could have been. Her voice was raspy, and you could tell that she was also drinking. But while she was on live, I tried to record it, but the sound goes out after a while. She starts going in on Little Bow Wow, saying about Little Bow Wow. You know, Little Bow Wow said that she had 500 bodies. We can all use our imagination. She said, if I have 500 bodies, then I need you to prove to me that you can get 500 people to come to a show to see you at Chuck E. Cheese. That's what
Okay. One. I don't even know where to begin on this one.
Listen, I was so tickled, and I was so mad when I tried to go back and listen to it, and the sound went out. I was so mad, so upset. And let me tell you something else before you say about that. She was in a room with two girls. She was in a room with two girls, and they weren't her cousins. So you can use your imagination off of that.
Ooh, heroin.
Yeah, because she was going to sleep, but when she woke up, she was on 10. And I was like, well, I'm not sure what she's doing or what she did, but I know for a fact that she's induced.
I feel like Bow Wow saying she has 500 bodies. Bow Wow, so do you. Y'all are celebrities and you're hoes. You sleep around. It's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even, I don't really like the bodies thing as an insult. Like, how is that an insult? Oh, a bunch of people wanted to have sex with you? How is that an insult?
Excuse me, I'm sorry, y'all. But that's what I'm saying. He was doing, even though she started, which she really didn't start with him, everybody in the comments was already calling him corny. So why couldn't she call him corny? Like, why did that make him mad that 20,000 people were calling you corny, but Erica Miller also called you corny, but that made you go off? Why would that make you go off?
I think that they're doing this for to keep his show fresh and relevant. Because if you notice, when Bow Wow's show is not on, you don't hear from him.
Right. And she also put up a video that she.
Oh wait, hold on 1 second. Paris Curry said, okay. Do I think Bow Wow fucks or makes love? I think Bow Wow hunches. I think that he hunches.
Now let me ask you a question, Alex. Is your version of hunching with the clothes on? Or he's doing so bad a job at what he's supposed to be doing that you have to classify it as hunching? Tell me which one.
Wait, say that again?
I said, when you say that he hunches, are you saying that he hunches with his clothes on, or you saying that he does a bad job, such a bad job that you have to classify it as hunching?
Both. He gives me a pull down the pants tease. Yeah, I don't see him. Yeah, it's hunching. It's hunching.
Somebody said so. Bow Wow is the real huncho, not quite. Oh my God. I haven't. They say hunches with naked with the socks on. Oh my goodness.
Hunching and dry heaving. Exactly.
I used to hunch in daycare. Thank you, Angie. I try to hide my laugh, but Alex makes me go crazy. Alex tickles me so much. Ain't nobody hunching around.
Quick huncher tease. Quick huncher.
Right. Listen, your chat is crazy. Never totally naked. Now daycare. Man, listen. So what do you think about, like you said you think it's more
promotion. This is all promotion. Ooh, it's double promo, and I'm going to tell you why.
Tell me.
Love and Hip Hop New York is about to come back, and Erica Mena will probably have some type of a cameo. Bow Wow show is on
Oh.
now. They both get together behind the scenes to do this bullshit. Hell, Erica Mena, she gives me actress T. She could have been playing high. I actually would see her being like, you know what? This is what gets me attention, so I'll do it. Like,
Right.
let me stop. I almost almost went a little too far. I'll
What
say,
were you
like,
about to
some
say?
people act like they have mental
Oh,
issues
my
for
goodness.
attention. I think that Erica will act high for attention.
She would act high for. Now that, listen, you had to see that with your own eyes, your own human eyes. I think that
My
was
human eye.
Yo, with your own human eyes, that was no acting. Like, this girl was zooted.
Ooh,
This girl
not
was
zooted.
gone. Zooted. She was zooted. This girl was gone. I was like,
I haven't been
oh my
zooted in
goodness.
years.
I
I'll be honest, I've been zooted before. I've looked at myself in the mirror like, ooh, girl. But
listen.
that was in them young and ready 20s.
Right, well, yeah, you know, we ain't got to talk about it, but, you know.
We've all had a moment. And if you haven't, you missed out. Shit.
Right. Somebody said zooted and booted.
Zooted and booted. Was a Cooter Brown.
Right.
Drea was just
Drea?
on Star.
Yeah.
And Drea
Yeah.
was so happy to be on Star. Girl, you had 4 lines. 4 lines.
Do you guys think Snoop Dogg deserved a Hollywood star?
Okay,
You know
let
you
me
pay for
explain
those.
something to you about the Hollywood stars.
Yeah.
First,
go ahead.
it's something that's like you pay for. You submit yourself and you pay for your star. It's the Los Angeles Tourism Board that keeps the stuff up, but it's really like a love letter to yourself. The standards are so much lower. It's not like some great award, but I do think that Snoop Dogg deserves one, absolutely. He's given us a lot of music and a lot of movies. He's done a little bit of TV. He's got that show with Martha. So absolutely, Snoop Dogg is a mainstay and a living legend. And he also seems like a nice guy.
See, some of y'all would never be able to experience that feeling when a new artist comes out and you only get to see them when they're on a video on BET. Like, you don't have a lot of access to that artist when and back in the day, we did not have a lot of access to an artist. We were not able to go to their Instagram, their Twitter. The only time we saw them was on a video or on a hip hop magazine.
Let me tell you. Wait, I agree with that because that's when you used to have fan clubs and those Teen Beat magazines. Because I was a member of the Toni Braxton fan club, so I could
get out of here.
Yes, I was. I got a little quarterly newsletter that now I know Tawanda was putting together. And it would give, you'd have a couple of exclusive pictures of Toni at home, cooking, and, with her family, you'd get a little behind the scenes. Oh, yeah, I was a huge Toni Braxton fan.
Listen, let me tell you who I was a big fan of and used to get those magazines all the time. I missed them. Oh, I forgot we can't sing. Chris Cross. I used to love Chris Cross. You couldn't tell me I was not married to both of those jokers. I used to love them. But back to my point of what I was saying. When our artists first came out back in the day, that was such a special feeling because you didn't get all access to their lives. You didn't know their music was dropping until maybe a couple of days before when they went on something like what's the guy's name with the long face that used to be Eddie Murphy's best friend?
Arsenio
Hall. You didn't know they were dropping an album until they went on Arsenio Hall to announce it. You know what I'm saying? So it was special back then. So a lot of people are saying, about Snoop or whatever. Snoop did his thing.
And is still very much doing it.
Yes, but Snoop, you talking about, he was kind of nasty, kind of hood, kind of bang bang, I'll get you.
He was one of the original gangster rappers.
Right. Thank you. He was, thank you for saying that, Alex. I was trying to get it out, but I couldn't get it out. He was like one of those first ones that really bought that gangster to the music. So some people are saying, do he deserve it? Of course. He might not be y'all cup of tea, but let me tell y'all something. When Snoop first came out, Snoop was it. And you listen, back in the day, it might not look like nothing but a little Crayola drawing to y'all. Y'all remember, Alex, have you seen the cover of his first album, The Dog House? I think it's The Dog House or The Dog Pound or something like that. Where it had the little dog, the girls that had the short skirts on and everything.
No.
That was very risque for back in the day. For back in the day, that was very risque. But yeah, Snoop did his thing back in the day. So, you have to respect people from where they started. They might not be in your eyes a big thing anymore, but he was a big thing when he first came out. Yeah, remember when Snoop did Girls Gone Wild? Yeah, I remember. Yeah, their butts was out. And it was like, oh my God, I can't believe that. But now we look at something like that today, we're like, what is this? The Brick House, Dog House. That album cover is iconic. Right. I like Snoop too. Snoop was the only gangster who could rock braids. The be respected. 2 Live, Kareem Break, the Doggy Style. Girl. Well, Alice, I'm taking over your chat, child.
No. Okay, what's next? What's next?
What we gonna talk about next? Remind me.
Let me see. Where did my damn tablet go? Okay, here we go. Let me see if I got something.
Remind me, Alex. I see something that just happened, but you say you don't want to talk about him, so we're not going to talk about that.
Is it with the kid guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I got to leave that alone.
Okay, well, let me ask you this right quickly. What do you think about Cassie writing something about Kim Porter?
I mean, I'm sure it wasn't nasty, so I don't have an issue with it.
No. It was beautiful. It was actually very beautiful.
Oh, I'm sure that they had a great relationship. I mean, by the time Cassie came along, Kim Porter and Diddy were, at that friend stage. Like, they were like, we're gonna, be friends. We're gonna parent these children. But I don't think Kim Porter wanted to marry Diddy. I don't think she did. I think if she wanted to, and that was supposed to happen, it would have.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I told him. I was like, Kim, I said this on my live the other day. I was like, Kim is not one of those people who would have problems finding someone else. I'm pretty sure she could have even found someone that had more money than Diddy. I don't think that was a problem for her. So
yeah,
I agree with
I
you.
didn't know everyone loved her as much as they did.
Oh my God.
I was surprised because I knew who she was, but like I wasn't really watching reality TV when she was on like some of Diddy's shows. Like I peeped into that show with Dream. I peeped into Making the Band. The show that I watched the most was that assistant show with Popra and Laverne Cox, who went on to do something. But I didn't know that, like, everybody knew her. I remember hearing something about her having a kid by Albie Shore, and that's Quincy, who's now on Star. And I'm like, I like Quincy. I like him a lot. He's great on Star. He's a good little actor. He's adorable.
He's a good-looking guy.
He is adorable. Just the cutest little chipmunk. Yeah, I want to work for Diddy. But I didn't know that she was, like, this behind-the-scenes woman who knew everyone. And so, yeah, it's really...
That's what I said.
And also, I would say it makes us all remember to take care of ourselves. Because people don't realize it, but pneumonia and the flu are the biggest killers. Cancer may not get you. Pneumonia and the flu will, because you're not going to take them seriously. There's walking pneumonia, which is probably what she had, which is where you don't know your lungs are filling up with fluid. They're just filling up with fluid. You're walking around laughing, talking, eating, drinking. Your lungs are filling up with fluid. Fluid in the lung. Not good.
That is terrible.
And the flu also will kill you. The flu will kill you quicker than anything. The flu don't like you. The flu does not want anything to do with your ass.
Alex, now that you said about the flu, we got into a type of heated debate as far as in parents giving their kids the flu shots and other shots. What's your stance on those?
I don't have
Do you
children.
respect?
Well, now I would say this.
I know you don't have human babies. I know you don't have human babies.
I am pro-vaccination. I am pro-vaccination because, like, today in the world, there's only like 4 people with polio because everybody got vaccinated and we wiped out the disease. So I'm pro-vaccination because I don't want there to be some type of worldwide epidemic. You're dealing with world health when you choose to not immunize your child. Everybody else has to deal with it. You trying to bring back rubella? I don't want to fuck with rubella. Stop trying to bring rubella back. Stop rehashing movies and stop trying to bring rubella back. We got a whole group of anti-vaxxers that, come on, we want rubella and polio back.
Right. Now, okay, so
I have had a flu shot, and the flu shot has made me sick. But I would rather have a flu shot than the flu. Like, the flu shot, I might not feel well for 36 hours to maybe 48 hours, but then I'm fine. And I don't get the flu, which will kill me.
So, Alex, I'm going to have to get off of here in a couple of minutes because y'all know I got to go to Walmart. Walmart. How do you feel about Chloe trying to she took Tristan back?
Wait, say that again?
What do you think about Chloe making an excuse on why she took Tristan back?
Chloe loves a dysfunctional relationship. That's it. Khloe Kardashian loves to be a victim and in the center of the storm. She's finally getting the attention that Kim got. People are worried for her, concerned about her, interested in her boring life. Right. You know, she still has that unfortunate face. She might have gotten that body supposedly together, but she still has that smushed in face, kind of like a female Yorkshire Terrier.
It's
Ah!
What did you, Alex?
Yes.
What did you say?
I said like she has that smushed in face, kind of like a female Yorkshire Terrier. You know, male Yorkshire Terriers are a little cuter because they don't have that smushed in face. But the females, you know, it kind of looks like somebody just bashed that nose in a little bit. Chloe has that look.
Somebody in the chat said something about Tamar. So I was on Tamar's page, minding my business, being nosy, and I come across the fact that somebody said that she had a bad attitude. And Tamar said, basically, to summarize, the reason it seems as if she's a bad person or has a bad attitude is because she's everyone's storyline. So that makes her come off as negative. I have a question for you. Do you believe that? And do you reject or respect what she was trying to say?
I reject it because you are an adult. You put yourself into these positions day after day after day. After K. Michelle read you one good time and called you a Muppet, that's when I would have shut all of the fucks up. I would have closed my mouth. I would have put a zipper on that joker, maybe even a lock, and I would have shut down my social media or given control to somebody. After you called me, after that read, that was a thorough read. That was a read down to the bone marrow. We're still talking about that read. You are Tamar the Muppet Braxton. Today, tomorrow, and forever. When somebody gives you that much of an effective read that it spreads across the world like wildfire, no. No. Do I look like a Muppet? Years later, you were still focused on that read. You should have shut up then. But no, you want to get in everybody's business.
Or just learn from it. She didn't learn from it.
She didn't learn from it
at all. They said reject. So y'all don't think Tamar is a good person? Chat, I need y'all to answer this for me. After y'all answer this, Alex, I'm gonna have to go ahead and get off. But chat, I want y'all to answer this for me. Y'all don't think Tamar is a good person? Y'all don't think it was cool when her sisters came on stage with her and she got mad and walked off and called them Teletubbies behind the scenes? Y'all don't think Tamar is a good person when she tried to go at Tracy and Tracy was finna dog her out on that chair and then she got scared? They said no. Both of them.
Tamar likes to start shit and then she won't finish it.
Oh my God. What did she throw and then what did she hide? What she throw, Alex? What she like to throw and then hide?
A rock, and she likes to hide her hand.
Tamar throws boulders and then looks around and is like, what? What's wrong with you?
Why are people attacking me? It's like, come on. Yeah, I agree.
Right,
She's an overgrown baby.
You know why I think Tamar feels that way? I think Tamar does feel attacked after she attacks other people and then they attack her back because she feels as if she has the right to attack other people.
Because her sisters and the mama have let it go on for decades.
Right. She literally feels like she has the right to attack other people without any consequences at all. None whatsoever.
I got one more topic.
Okay, let's go.
Janet Huber has been cast on General Hospital. Now, I like Janet Huber's talent. As an actress, she's fucking phenomenal. She's incredible. She is beautiful and poised, and she gives you queen. She really does. Now, in her personal life, she's a fucking mess. A hot, sizzling fucking mess. You can't even begin to clean it up. It's radioactive, and that breaks my heart.
Right.
So I am hoping and praying she acts like she has some fucking sense. Because I don't know white people that are as entitled as Janet Huber. And I know some entitled white motherfuckers, and they still haven't reached Janet Huber's level.
Feel like now, we're talking about who are we talking about? We're talking
Janet
about
Huber, the original Aunt Viv.
Okay, the original Aunt Viv. Now, when I look at a woman like Aunt Viv, the first one, we would call her kind of uppity. Right?
Oh yeah, ooh, she gives you uppity. She gives you uppity without trying. Like I give you uppity without trying. I'm not uppity. A lot of people think I'm uppity. If you met me in real life, you'd be like, oh, he's not uppity at all. He's very regular.
Right.
But it's just something that it's your diction, it's your tone, it's the way you lift your cheekbones when you speak. That people, oh, that's uppity. It's like, no, it's just me.
Right. Well, you can tell, listen, when you look at her, even on the show, some people are in themselves. And she was one of those people that I felt probably acted like that in real life. So with a person like that, of course she feels entitled. Because she feels, if a person feels a certain way about themselves, they ain't gonna let you tell them any different. Whether you telling the truth or lying. I didn't give me your whole check. Or you ain't gonna tell me you need to take the house away from your mama and sign it over to me. You ain't gonna tell me that. You gonna give me that house, or we gonna have a problem. You know what I'm saying, Alex?
Yep.
She's just one of those people. You gonna do what I say, or we're gonna have a problem. Go take that house from your mama. That's my house now. That's my house. She's just one of those people. You do what I say, or we're gonna have a problem. Some people like that, you can learn from them a little bit, but don't get caught up in them.
Because you can't always get what you want.
I'm gonna say, I ain't gonna reject it. Right. You can never always, but people like that are around a person to give them more of what they want than a meek and quiet person. Man, they're like, oh, well, she about to start cutting up. Let me just go ahead and go get what she wants before she starts cutting up. So I'm gonna say I kind of respect it, but if it gets too bad, I'll reject it. What you think?
I have to reject her because I'm happy for her, but she's just too much of a mess behind the scenes, and being a creative is difficult. Being on set is difficult. You're there all day, 18 hours.
Right.
You know, emotions are running high. You've got to be two different people, and nobody needs the stress of somebody who's not going to be cohesive to the project. So I hope General Hospital knows what they're getting into. I hope that she doesn't act like an ass, but I feel like she's gonna fuck up her opportunity like she always has. Because, I mean, you were on a hit NBC sitcom pulling in huge money. And Viola Davis said there are like 50,000 black actors and only 1% of them make up who's actually on TV. So when you actually get there, you don't fuck it up. You don't spit in the face of your opportunity. But I think she will again.
Right. Oh, somebody said something about the have and the have-nots.
I've never seen. Oh, they said she was good on the have and the have-nots. I've never seen it.
Oh, I was about to people complaining the haves and the have-nots. No, they said that it's gone. It's not good anymore. But since you don't watch it, I don't watch it, child. I guess we're gonna reject that one altogether. Exactly. Here's hoping she don't flip the craft service table over the second day. Child, listen. Well, all right, Alex, I really, really had a good time always. And I love everybody in the chat. Get on off of here. And I appreciate you.
Okie dokie. I had a ball as well. Yeah, we covered everything. Ooh, and it's 7:43.
Yeah, we pretty much did.
Oh, the anus song. From the streets of New York all the way out to Vegas. It doesn't matter if you're rich or if you're famous, because you can't get someone pregnant in the anus. No, you can't get someone pregnant in the anus. Yeah. All right, we gonna see y'all later. Tell a kin, tell a friend, tell that heifer you hate.
All right, bye, y'all.